All right. All right, guys. What is going on, man? Hello. Hello. Welcome to the stream. I know we started a little bit late today. Sorry about that. Sorry about that, chat. But we're here. All right. Who else is on today? Who else is on? Is the chat open? Yeah. Chat is open to subs today. You know, it's a bank holiday, federal holiday, MLK, Junior Day, I think. What's good? Mason, Jordan D, Miguel, Naruto, Fractal, Victor, Smalley 2020, Convicted Capitalist, Shay, Hatham, H&M. We can go with that. What's good? Toby. What's good? Fortune. Who else, man? Where y'all at, dog? Where are y'all at? Oof. Since everything's closed, I really don't know what to watch. I guess we can watch Trump coin and see what goes on. You know what's I was trying to see too if we could get Melania coin on here. If we could get Melania coin on here. Do you know which do you know how to find that on TradingView? Excuse me. Is it this? Because I think these exchanges got added a little bit late, and it doesn't have like when it was down at 2. You have to use Dex tools for shitcoinery. Yeah, that's probably true. That's probably true. That was that's crazy that TradingView doesn't include the old data. Let me add Trump coin on here too. What I was going to do, I was going to buy I tried to buy Melania coin at 2, and I had trouble transferring funds around, so I didn't, and then it ended up, you know, going to fucking 8 or 9 or whatever, and I was just like, son of a bitch. Wild times. What's good, Simon and Aaron? What's good, Rob? But yeah, dude, we are in very, very interesting times. Are you guys watching the inauguration today? I have not even bothered with it. Hell, I can't even spell that. There's like a bunch of fireworks on on Google. That's funny. But yeah, I want to say that it's probably being live streamed. Oh, what the fuck? No, that's not it either. Fuck. All right, whatever. I'm not watching that shit. Was good, Amin. All right, so I guess there's like 30 of you on here now. I don't have too much for you. I got a couple updates, I guess. But it'll probably be a short stream. So number one, I just released that video, how to day trade like Sun Tzu, you know? So I think that got right around 200 views or so far the first day, which is pretty cool. I mean, you know, we ain't going viral, baby, but you know, we're doing all right. I feel like you guys give a lot of good feedback to that one. I feel like you guys got value, and a few of you have reached out and said that you like this kind of theme. What do you guys think? I mean, we got the live chat. It's open to members and subscribers. What do you guys think of content like that? You know, how to trade like Sun Tzu. I mean, I have other people that, you know, I'm going to continue on with this theme. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the chat. Do you guys like this, or would you rather have just the charts and PowerPoints or whatever? Well, what do you guys like? Let me know. I do have some pretty big plans for 2025 as far as content goes, you know, but I want to hear from you. What's good, George? Mason likes the variety. H&M says plan to watch it tonight. All right, fair enough. I don't think it's that long. I think it's about 12 or 13 minutes. I'm going to try and keep most of the videos 20 minutes or less, because people's attention span are, you know, not it anymore. Not it anymore. And it's all good. It's all good. What is interesting while you guys are typing up in the chat, I know, again, we're missing a lot of data here. We'll have to go to another website. But basically, Trump coin was in the 70s, and then Melania coin came out, and that was a wrap. Right? Trump coin basically dropping 50% or more, you know, in less than a day. So if you bought the top, you got chopped, you know what I mean? Which is funny enough, I said that in the video, you know, it's like you don't want to buy the top. You don't want to be the exit liquidity. Miguel likes the charts. You know, Miguel, was funny enough, I was going to include a chart on that first portion of all warfare is based on deception, but I was like, nah. I go over manipulation like every stream, so I was like, nah, I'm not going to do that. TikTok brain went away for less than 24 hours. But we can learn a lot from PowerPoints. Well, so here's kind of the reason that I do that, and I guess I'll transition for a minute over into some of these new books that I got. Well, some of these aren't new, but this is kind of like what I'm reading right now. All of these, and I'll go over them one by one real quick. I'm almost done with The Richest Man in Babylon. I've heard this one, or I've heard about this one for many years. It's pretty good. If you're broke, okay, if you're really bad with money, this is a good one, right? Richest Man in Babylon by George Clason, something like that. Really old. It's a classic though, right? Pay yourself first. I went to the used bookstore the other day because you can always find hidden gems in there. I got a book on Descartes. or Descartes. Some people say it differently, right? Rene Descartes. I got this one. It's pretty good, right? Key Philosophical Writings by, I guess, just the Wordsworth Classics of World Literature. I don't know, but this is what it looks like. It's got a painting on it or whatever. Also, at the Descartes and whatever the fuck, man, we all know who it is. Also at the used bookstore, this one, Montaigne, actually came with a bunch of, you probably can't fucking see that. This one came with a bunch of markings in it. Like there's a bunch of blue highlights, not near the end. I can tell when they stop reading it, but like all through the beginning, there's a bunch of blue highlights, which I find to be interesting. And then also they had some notes up in the front too. Let's see where my fucking camera's at. See that? So I like seeing that kind of stuff. I don't mind picking it up. But that is Essays by Michael de Montaigne. Or Montaigne, yeah, whatever it is. See that? I already talked about this one before. I'm almost done with it. The Shallows by Nicholas Carr. That's why I've been harping so much on TikTok brain, get off social media, and the doom scrolling. Your attention span sucks. You can't recall and remember shit. You know, that's where I got a lot of stuff too. Pretty good book. This one, way thicker than I thought it would be, but I'm not complaining. Thomas Aquinas, Selected Writings. All right. Thomas Aquinas, but it's like more of a religious one, but it's fine by me. And anyway, I say all that to say, coming back to why I like PowerPoints and why I present with PowerPoints and stuff like that. If you guys could drop a like on the stream. Oops. You guys could drop a like on the stream for me. I'd greatly appreciate that. Apparently my button doesn't work. But anyway, mainly the reason I like PowerPoints, I like presenting with PowerPoints and information, right? Displaying information in like a list type format is mainly because of this guy, right? John C. Maxwell. So I've read so many books from him, and this is actually a collection of all the smaller ones. So it's one book and it's thick, but it's like 7 or 8 books in one. And that's how he presents his information. And that's the difference between John Maxwell and Simon Sinek. It's the leadership style a little bit, but it's the way that information is presented. So Simon Sinek is he's much more of like a storyteller, you know, and you find the key lessons and observations, you know, through stories and stuff. I'm not really into that all that much. I mean, I think it's cool, it's just not me. But Maxwell is more like main point, list, main point, list. There's some stories, very short, page and a half at the most, you know, quick little stories, sure, but he's like lists and stuff like that. So for example, some of you might just go grocery shopping and you just know what you want, you go grab it and then check out. But some people like to have lists, right? The grocery list. Oh yeah, milk, bread, eggs, cheese. You know, I'm the second type a lot, right? And so that's why I do it that way. You get main ideas, like with what I highlighted, and then you get like points, a little bit of text to support that main idea, so you get a little bit more depth. Does that make sense? So that'll be our question of the day. Do you like PowerPoints? Yes or no? Now, mind you, I do have a lot of videos where I don't have any PowerPoints. We're straight on charts, commentary. There's no captions or anything. And I do that mostly. But I do want to get your opinion on what you think about PowerPoints. Do you like them? Do you not like them? You know, I even threw some smooth transitions and stuff in there for you versus like a dry, no animations or transition PowerPoint. You know, those to me are a little bit boring, but I try to spice it up as much as I can for you guys. The last streams helped me a lot to improve. Took many notes on that. Are you talking about the ones from last week that I saved as member only? I think I added them to one of the playlists as well. Is that what you're referring to? And yeah, Jordan, I agree. We are in interesting times. Very, very interesting times. I would want to know, obviously, what Trump coin would do in the next 4 years. But it's just very interesting to see how much we can do in 24 hours, right? I mean, literally, in 2.5 hours, it was down almost 50%, you know? So who knows? Maybe in 4 years, maybe in 2029, we look back at this video, at this live stream, and what if it's at 800 and we're looking back like, oh, 42 was fucking pennies, you know? Who knows? Who knows? You reading any books on the fall of Rome? No. There's a series on that. I forget the guy's name. I'm gonna look this up real quick. But it's like the rise and fall of Rome. Yeah, the decline and fall of the Roman Empire. And it's like a 6-book series. I mean, how much can you really say, bro, about the decline and fall of Rome? It takes 6 books? That's a lot. I'm not reading that. I'm not reading that, dude. Hell, I can barely get through 1 book, and I'm supposed to get through 6 on the same subject. I don't know about that, Chief. I don't know about that. Just finished 1984, on to reading Discipline is Destiny. You know what's funny? Well, it's not funny, but you know what's pretty cool? I actually responded to Ryan Holiday's email yesterday, and he responded back. I thought that was pretty cool. He sent out the reading list. He was like, the reading list for 2025, you know, if you're not going to read a lot, at least get these. And he talked about a bunch of books. And then at the bottom, he basically said, you know, if you respond to my email, all that I ask is that you don't think out loud. Let me see. Yeah, it's that very last paragraph, or second to last paragraph. I promised myself a long time ago that if I saw a book that interested me, I'd never let time or money or anything else prevent me from having it. This means that I treat reading with a certain amount of respect. All I ask, if you decide to email me back, is that you're not just thinking out loud. And so you might not be able to see this because it's on the camera, but I messaged him like a photo. Maybe you can see it. I messaged him a photo of my wall shelf right here that has like 6 or 7 of his books, the 3 main Stoic texts, the leather version of Meditations, two other version of Meditations, The Art of Living and How to Think Like a Roman Emperor by Donald Robertson, a really good friend of Ryan. And I emailed him and I said, you know, basically, thanks for all your hard work and dedication. Your shit, well, stuff on stoicism has been a game changer. And, you know, I've always promoted your books and your YouTube channel. I had visited you guys in 2023 and I look forward to visiting you guys again. And I said, P.S., please share your cats more often. No shit, I said that. And included that picture. And he responded and said, all caps, said, love to see this, exclamation mark, tack Ryan. So I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. So he actually does check the emails. So anyway, I know it doesn't have anything to do with anything, but I thought that was pretty cool. So yeah. Was good, Bruce. Just ordered one called The Collapse Before the Collapse, based on the decline of Rome as well. I mean, well, y'all let me know if you like it. Y'all let me know if you like it. The decline of Rome, I'm sure, had a lot to do with the emperors. That's why Marcus Aurelius is considered the last of the 5 good emperors, because once Commodus took over and everyone else after that, it went to absolute dog shit. If you saw Gladiator 2, you know, you saw how they portrayed the 2 emperors, the 2 brothers. I mean, they were stupid and they were not schizophrenic, but very close to it. Like super what do you call extreme paranoia? I don't know, but just awful leaders. And yeah, corruption was rampant throughout the Senate as well. That hasn't really changed all that much in today's political climate, but yeah, things happen. Those 2 to 3 streams from last week. Okay, George. Well, I'm glad you got some value, man. My mom got me the signed version of Lives of the Stoics, and he wrote Acta non verba. That's words, not deeds, right? Or deeds, not words. Like actions, not words, right? Is that what that means? Yeah, I failed Latin, brother. I failed Spanish 3 times and Latin once. So you're learning from somebody who has definitely failed some courses in his life. All right. Actions, not words. Look at that, Mason. See, I might have failed in school, but I didn't fail in real fucking life. You know what I'm saying? Fuck them. Yeah, I remember that shit, dude. Latin. We had an old bitch for Latin class. She was a bitch, man. I know it's not professional or very stoic of me to say that, but she really was, though. She was an asshole. But anyway, I put out the video, How to Day Trade Like Sun Tzu. I will probably continue on that series throughout the rest of this year. So I'm not going to tell you who I'll cover, but I'm sure you could probably figure it out. That wasn't even required for me. I took no language. It was required for us. And then I found out you can graduate high school without foreign language credits, and it was a fucking wrap from there. I was like, I don't need this shit. They just removed spelling from our local elementary school. Oh, Mason, that's horrible. You know, I've never been a protester. I think most people protest stupid ass shit, but that would definitely be worth protesting over. Remove spelling? Yeah, that's fucked. Literally, that is that is awful. That is so bad. Yeah, Cameron, that's a good point. You know that, man, I don't want to give you guys too much. I gotta keep some surprises for you, right? I gotta keep some stuff up my sleeve, you know. But basically, when I got back on this YouTube channel, right after I left the MLM industry, I included a few like personal development, like how to be a student kind of thing, and one of those was like how to read, how to take notes, stuff like that. There's going to be a part 2 to that, so I'm going to do something very soon on how to read like a philosopher, basically. And that's part of it, Cameron. So Cameron said, I like to draw parallels between what we're living through now and the decline of Rome, currency debasement, and mass unchecked immigration. Right. So that's what the biggest impact is when it comes to 1984, right? George Orwell, and even his other works, which I haven't read, but 1984 is like the one, right? That's what you're supposed to do. You're not just supposed to read a book and go through the story and, you know, kind of shift your perspective about the characters and stuff. I mean, that is one thing, but that's what you're supposed to do, is compare and contrast. Like, oh shit, this was written in the 60s or the 40s. It was something, you'll have to remind, I think it was the 60s. But he's writing about this dystopian future, and as you're reading it, you're going, oh shit, this is exactly what today's world is like. And that's what you're supposed to do. And go, man, how did this guy from what, 80 years ago, you know, how did he nail that? How did he get that right? Crazy shit. Does anyone experience losing interest in a book after being close to the end of it? That's interesting, Bizzo. How do you lose interest in a book when you're almost done with it? You don't want to know how it ends? Yeah, kids are going to rely on AI. Why do you think I misspell shit all the time? I've had autocorrect on, we've had autocorrect on our phones for the last decade. No, closer to 2 decades. I think I got a cell phone when I was 14, maybe 14 or 15, you know. Oh man, we're back in the 30s again. You guys don't want to hear this cool shit? Anyway, the having autocorrect definitely impaired my ability to spell. I mean, granted, it took a decade to understand, but if these kids are not learning how to spell earlier than that, you're setting them up for failure big time. The Romans had some crazy amount of soldiers on the payroll at its height and took a massive toll on their economy, and I draw parallels with the current debt crisis. Yeah, Cameron. I think their current, I might be wrong, but I feel like their credit system might have been a little bit different than we have it. You know, now we have credit scores and what's it called, social security numbers and stuff like that. They might not have been that advanced back then, but yeah. Why do you think the US and stuff passed certain laws during, it might have been the World War I or even the Civil War, where I think, you could correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the law was you had to allow soldiers into your house. Like, you had to allow them to sleep there or to eat, whatever. And that was like a real thing. because paying an army, feeding an army, oh yeah, it's super, super expensive. That's why a lot of these countries that are constantly at war, they're fucked. They're fucked. It's nothing but death and a whole lot of expending money that you don't have. It literally destroys countries. Most school systems focused on the state testing requirements, which are, those numbers are declining, by the way. With the stressful demands of the state testing and limited time within the classroom, many educators find it hard to increase spelling. Well, I'm not an expert on school curriculum, but I would say part of it is social media. Kids don't go home to read. They go home to get on Call of Duty. Been there, done that. They go home to get on cartoons or whatever. And they're not learning the things they should be learning. Writing and spelling, right? No, I remember we did have spelling tests. You know, we had like 10 or 20 words. The teacher would say, oh, spell whatever the fuck, you know? So I'd be in there, whatever the fuck. And that was it. But I can't believe they're actually getting rid of that. If what you're telling me is, if that's the truth, that's horrible. That is absolutely horrible. Yeah, that's bad. That's really bad. I didn't mean to do that. Sorry. Inversion model there. 5-minute inversion 2. After a little sweep. Right? Look at that. Sweep. Imbalance on the way to liquidity. There's your inversion model. That was at 40. Now we're at 43. That's it's over 7% in a matter of under an hour. So that's pretty cool. I'm not long, but you know, we're here, we're looking at stuff, I'm talking to you, I'm just having a good time. About a spelling bee, and he was like, we don't have a spelling bee. Mason, where are you from, the US or the UK, or where are you from? Where are you from? Okay, so we got 30 votes on do you like PowerPoints. 97% of you said yes, 3% of you said no. I guess we'll keep doing the PowerPoints then. So for the one person that doesn't like PowerPoints, unsubscribe. Unsubscribe, motherfucker. Pennsylvania? You live in Pennsylvania. Yeah, that's horrible, Mason. That is horrible. How are you living in the Amish when you're literally connected to the internet right now? I thought the Amish was like anti-electricity and shit. Anti, you know, cars and whatever else. Unless I'm just wrong. Oh, you live in Lancaster, where they live? Oh. Well, I am not too sure what to say to that. But we do have equal highs at 56.20 for Trump coin. So I'd be interested to see, you know, what we do. And look, I don't really day trade crypto like that. Usually with crypto, I try to, you know, spend a lot of time on the daily time frames and up. But I don't know. There's at least that consolidation, distribution, redistribution to go lower, manipulation, low risk buy. So it's possible this could be the first stage to go higher. But this is an environment that I've never been a part of before, where we have a president launching a meme coin a day or two before his inauguration. Like, I've never traded this environment before. This is brand new to me. So we'll see what happens. How do you approach gold CFDs and futures divergence, John? I saw you use the Oanda chart the other day. The charts are so different, I'm struggling to know which one to trust. I've seen both set up and deliver trades where the other hasn't had the setup multiple times in the last week. Well, if it were me, Cameron, I would trust the futures more than I would the CFDs. The CFDs are a derivative of the futures. So the futures that's what's going to have, that's where the data is, and CFDs are playing off of that data. But CFDs, the brokers are allowed to move price around and shit, and that's why you see that difference. Maybe one has equal highs, but the CFDs have a higher high, right? Because it's your broker is manipulating price. So they can literally create their own candles. They can do whatever they want. They could flash it below that low if they wanted to, right? That's just, that's CFD trading for you. And you'll see subtle differences. See, what the fuck is this shit? Gold futures and Oanda, like, this shit is weird. I don't know. Shit is bonkers, I'll tell you that. But if I had to pick one, I would pick the future side, not the CFDs. Why is that allowed? A broker can create candles? Yeah. Like non-regulated brokers, yeah. Of course. Absolutely. Cameron, I would trust the US futures market. Now this is GC1, so the contracts they do change over because it's a continuous contract. This isn't I don't even know which contract we're supposed to be in. It might be February or March. I don't remember off the top of my head. But I would trust this. So anyway, honestly, I don't have anything else for you. I didn't have a lot to begin with. We made it about 40 minutes, but it's just, we're in interesting times right now. We really are. I really don't know what to expect with the markets currently. Actually, we'll check the futures real quick before we hop off. Got some drawings from last weekend here. I feel pretty good with where we're at for indices long term. If you remember SPY, right? How many times did we go over SPY last week where we talked about that gap? We talked about, let's go down to 1 hour. Right, we talked about how this could be a low risk buy down in here. That is like the next target. There's another level of liquidity at 602.5, and then all these clean highs up here at like 610. That'll be all-time highs. You know, that'll be something that I'm looking for relatively soon. So the futures are looking pretty good. They're looking pretty bullish. They're looking pretty bullish, right? And so if you remember, because I think some of you still might get a little bit confused. Appreciate that, dog. Literally, it was good, dog. Some of you might be a little bit confused, right? Or you might have some questions. Well, John, you know, we've been looking at that 5776 level. You know, that's something that you even talked about back in December, a month ago. And we got close to that, but we never took it. Like, this is some bullshit. Well, I'm long from down in here, right? Oh, well, you know, I thought you're not supposed to long with equal lows or low resistant lows. I mean, you are right to an extent. And that's why I went over that stream last week, how to long with lows, how to trust equal lows or low resistant lows to not get taken. And one of the biggest takeaway, if not the biggest takeaway there is when you look at other indices, right? We'll have to go take a look at this. That low on Dow was taken, and that low was also below these lows too. So engineered low there. I mean, it's hindsight, right? It's a low prior to a longer term low. So that rally creates liquidity there, and it's already here too. And then it snags that, all that shit, and then launches. Let's go investigate that real quick, because I don't remember if that really smacked or not. No, it didn't. It got to that gap. I think I talked about that in the market view already. That's right. It hit that gap and was never able to move past that, and then got fucked up. That's right. Wasn't a bad tweet though. But yeah, anyway, overall bullish on indices. The markets might be a little bit wild this week, you know, because of inauguration and everything, and you know, expect volatility. Expect big ass moves. We got CPI for Canadian dollar tomorrow, pre-market. Wednesday, we don't have anything. Thursday, we do have unemployment claims pre-market. And then we have PMI for everything on Friday. Euro at 215 and 230. GBP at 3:30 a.m. and then USD at 8:45 a.m. 15 minutes into equities. That'll be interesting. So that'll do it for today. All right. So be blessed, be good. I will see you guys again tomorrow on Tuesday, the 21st. If I wake up on time, I've been sleeping in, especially since it's been cold. If I can get up on time, I'll try and stream in the morning. But again, I'm not going to promise that, because I can't promise that. If it happens, it happens. And if not, then it won't. But yeah, it'll be good. I'll see you tomorrow.
ain't chose a G. Printer in a plane of walk. That's all that ain't need. Everything I did for them, but they still chose to joke against me. Bitch, I'm feeling like Uncle Ruckus. They rolling those y'all. Can't this that demon pay. They call me 8-ball, cause I'm always in my sack. Always in my bag, oh, yeah. No, I'm gripping that XD. Put them on TV, but this ain't Disney. Yes, nigga, this me. Put up less than piss seat. Throw me up a double cup. R.I.P. the Pimp C. Niggas wanna try out to be gay, but they ain't make the cut. I was scratching drain with that K-roll, bitch, I call it cut. Grab out with them bands, I'm about to count. I get them bands and then I'm out. If I said it, then I'ma go stand on it. I'ma show them what the ain't me about. I'm trying to catch me an hour, but they stay in the house, but this shit just like cat in the mouth. They are not coming out, cause they know we got the max, so we clicking on shit like a mouse. Every day I be on point, just like the head on Phineas. Let them believe what they want. I cannot argue with idiots. Catch them in real life, bitch. Out of my 40, they don't say a word. You would've thought that little boy mute. That Glock 40 got that boy sounding like Ferg. Chopper, knocking, knocking like Jehovah Witness. If you not getting paid, then why in they business? All that hating shit y'all doing, that's a bad habit. Y'all be quick to speak on shit that's out y'all tax bracket. Save the contact under iCloud where she back it up. This bitch bad as fuck. I can't lie that